Taipei, Taiwan. For much of the past year, Taiwan has been a sanctuary for performing artists, the rare almost COVID-free place where audiences could cram into concert halls to hear live music and sip coffee together at intermission. The island played host to modern dance festivals, full-fledged productions of La Traviata and The Phantom of the Opera, and a recital of Bach's cello suites by Yo-Yo Ma, which was attended by more than 4,000 people. But a recent surge in cases, Taiwan's worst outbreak since the start of the pandemic, has brought a halt to cultural life on the island, forcing performing arts centers, concert halls and museums to shutter just as they are coming back to life in the rest of the world. Performers from Taiwan and abroad have been caught in the middle, grappling with lost income and an avalanche of cancelled engagements. Everything blew up, said the American clarinetist Charles Neidich, who recently made the 781-mile trip from New York to Taipei only to have his first live performance in more than 400 days cancelled. Neidich, who had been engaged to play a clarinet concerto by the American composer John Corigliano with the Taipei Symphony Orchestra, endured 2 weeks of hotel quarantine, one of the strict measures that had helped Taiwan tame the virus. Then Taipei went into a state of semi-lockdown last week, so he packed up and went home. "This is my non-adventure," he said. The outbreak, coming as the government's vaccination program has gotten off to a slow start, is forcing Taipei to shut down just as other cities around the world are finally reopening. In London, the theaters of the West End brought up their curtains last week. Officials in New York announced that Radio City Music Hall would soon allow full-capacity, maskless crowds back inside, as long as they have been vaccinated. Taiwan's experience is a reminder of the ongoing uncertainty of life in the pandemic, the threat posed by the virus and its power to upset even the most carefully crafted of plans. Semi-staged performances of Verdi's Falstaff have been called off. The French musical Notre Dame de Paris has been postponed. Even though the number of cases in Taiwan is low compared with many parts of the world, 283 cases were reported on Tuesday, fewer than in New York City. The authorities are doubling down on restrictions, hoping that lockdowns can bring the virus under control within weeks or months as Taiwan tries to speed its lumbering vaccine rollout. Artists are optimistic that concerts, dances, plays and museum exhibitions will soon return. "This is a place used to earthquakes and typhoons," said Lin Hwai-min, the founder of Cloud Gate Dance Theatre, a contemporary dance troupe, which has delayed performances until later in the summer. "The crisis comes, you deal with it and you come back to restore everything."